Okay.
1 2. Check 1 2. Testing.
Testing 1 2 3 4 5.
All right, let's get it.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Beleaf Mel.
And we're here with episode 32 of How Married Are You?
All right.
And it's chocolate baby story time. What you got for us, babe?
Chocolate baby story time. Okay, I'm going to start talking about how Uriah is... Well, I was cutting his hair the other day, and I just couldn't get over how freaking beautiful he is. That kid is a daggone work of God. He is literally one of the most handsome children I've ever seen in my life. And Theo's handsome too. But Uriah, the way his like goofy look is always, he's just freaking adorable and oblivious. And man, he's adorable. And so I was doing his hair, and I was doing a live of his hair, and he was getting his haircut and kept asking me questions. And he was like, how come there's so many hearts coming on the thing? Oh. And I was like, they're hearts because they're handsome. And he was like, I'm handsome? I was like, yeah. And the way his hair pops out, I was like, you just look like a really handsome piece of broccoli, man. Man, that kid's adorable.
What did he say when you compared him to broccoli?
He didn't really say that. You know, he doesn't really know what's going on.
You want to know what's funny about that is that that's why I'm really nervous about the name of this child that we have, because like Uriah's middle name is Beau, which means handsome in French. And so I don't know, I feel like we put that on him. Yeah, for sure, because when Uriah first came out, let me tell you about the boy's face. It was rough. We were just like, man, this kid looks ultimately angry. He looks like he was a rough looking kid for about the first 4 months. He didn't have a rough stage.
It just was like, ooh, I hope this kid comes out at least lookable.
But he is stunning.
Yeah, and I feel like if his middle name was Curtis or something, let me tell you, he wouldn't look as good as he does. But he's very handsome.
He is handsome.
So shout out to Uriah Beau. You got a chocolate baby story time?
Sure. So me and Anaya and I are having some relationship problems. I don't know what it is. Honestly, I feel like it's more so when we're in public. But I swear, when we're home, that girl is at my coattail. Yeah. She don't leave me alone. But when we get out in public, she is a complete daddy's girl. The other day we were at Glen's parents' wedding, and she just treated me so bad, y'all. She treated me like I was chopped liver. Yeah. And it is what it is, but I'm just kind of like, okay, and I don't know if it's like a thing with me being pregnant, and I know a lot of people are going to say that it is.
I think it is for sure.
Do you really? Because when we're home, she does not act like that toward me all the time. There are times when she favors you, but she's usually like, instead of playing with her brothers, she's wherever I am.
Yeah. She's mean, actually.
She's mean.
Mean to you.
She's mean.
She's mean. And I have to like, but the cool thing is that if I give her a talk and I say, you need to go show your mommy some love, or something, she'll always listen. She
always listens to you regardless. All of our children are like that. In the comments below, do y'all have that at your house? Where your children listen to the dad more than they listen to the mom?
This is on YouTube, if you're talking comments below. Shout out to our YouTube supporters.
Yes.
We are growing on YouTube. We love the comments. We love the steady listens. We are getting up there. And I think we have a goal this year. You want to talk about our goal? No.
Okay.
No, let's not talk about it.
You don't want to talk? I think if we speak it, then it has to come true.
Goal this year for the YouTube How Married Are You page is 10,000 subscribers.
10,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Which I think is actually kind of low, but
no, it's not.
For YouTube, it's not low?
Absolutely not.
Okay, for Instagram, I think it's low. Because I do want 10,000 subscribers on Instagram, and we're already at 6,000.
Well, claim it then.
And our other goal, do you want to say what our other goal is?
Sure. I don't know what that is.
Really?
Go ahead.
It doesn't seem like it's a goal if you don't know what our goal is. We just talked about it.
To buy a car?
No, fool. For how married are you?
Sorry.
Never mind.
Just say it now.
This goes into a couple podcasts ago when we were supposed to have our first speaking engagement together, but it didn't happen. And I said that we should have a goal to at least get a couple this year. And now you don't know about that goal.
I mean, it was your goal. It wasn't my goal.
Why isn't it your goal? You don't want to be on stage with me? You don't want to share limelight?
I do, but it's moments like this that make me happy that we are on a stage together. Goodness gracious.
All right.
This is like one of the perfect times where I'm supposed to know what you're talking about, and I have no idea what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. I'm just supposed to know. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop into these words of affirmation. But first, why don't you tell us what words of affirmation are, babe?
Thank you guys so much for continuing to send in your words of affirmation.
Can I tell you something?
Okay, what?
I don't like it when you read that.
Babe.
I don't. I mean, I think
you
it's
want
great.
me to be more candid?
I do.
Okay.
I want you to just speak and do what you do, because you do a great job just speaking. And just use that as kind of like something to, but if you read it, then it's kind of like, it don't feel like you know?
All right, babe.
All right.
I read what's happening.
Go ahead.
Okay, guys. So words of affirmations are when you guys send us in your thoughts and feelings about why it is that you listen to the How Married Are You podcast. Those can be sent to us via our DMs on Instagram, or you can send it via the voicemails feature on the Anchor app. Yeah. And so we really appreciate hearing your voices, but we also know that some of you guys may not just want your voices out there like that. And so you would rather type out your words of affirmation in the review section of whatever podcast app you are listening to us on. So we invite you to do that as well. And while you're there, we also invite you to leave us a 5-star rating. Remember, 5-star. So
why 5 stars?
Why 5 stars? Because we're awesome.
Okay.
And they love us.
But what happens if we get 5 stars ratings? What does that happen?
Oh, so if we get a bunch of 5-star ratings by a bunch of different people, then it makes it easier for other people to find our podcast. So the apps that you listen to the podcast on will boost us up on the search engine for other people to be able to find the content that we're trying to dish out.
And can I just say, this is episode 32.
It is.
And we have yet to do a sponsor on our podcast.
We have not done a sponsorship.
And you know what's crazy about that is that I don't know if you guys listen to a lot of podcasts but usually when you listen to a podcast, you get sponsored, like you get a commercial from the podcaster giving, and that would really go a long way if we did that, but we have not done that yet. So I want to know how you guys feel about that, because you guys know we got to get our coin. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of coin, in the meantime,
because we're not doing those paid sponsorships, if you would like to contribute to the How Married Are You podcast, if you would like to contribute to the How Married Are You podcast, we have set up a PayPal account just for How Married Are You.
Just throw a little tip in the collection plate. Throw a little tip in the collection plate.
You gonna make a jingle, babe?
Babe.
Okay. PayPal.me/HMAY podcast. We shared with you guys last week that we purchased a chair.
And it's on the way.
And it is on the way. So in our next podcast episode, you should see it. And I will be sitting there like a queen that I am.
And it may be I could get one.
And if we keep getting contributions, then maybe we can get a second one for Glen.
Yeah, because this thing right here.
Show him, babe.
This thing is hard.
It's not comfortable.
It's like, yeah, it's hard. But the next purchase we need to make is some headphones for Yvette so she can hear what's going on in this situation. So thank you guys so much for your support.
Yes, thank you.
Let's go ahead and hop into these words of affirmation.
Hey, Glen and Yvette. What we're gonna do right here is go back. Hey, Glen and Yvette. Thanks so much for all you do. I really enjoyed the podcast. I had a road trip and I listened to about 3 episodes back to back, and I was cracking up. It's definitely one of the ones that I enjoy. I look forward to it, watching it on YouTube or even listening to it when I'm on the road. Thanks for all that you do.
don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. A freak, y'all, and you don't stop. To the beat, y'all, and you don't stop. A freak.
I hope that you continue and just make it better and better. One thing I did want to say, I found myself jamming whenever the intro and outro came on, because that music is so dope, as most of your music is. So have you ever considered releasing a How Married Are You single just with the music from the podcast? I think that would be so dope. And it's already a jam, and it's only on for like 10 seconds. Just a thought. Take care. God bless.
Yo, shout out to Tasman for those words of affirmation.
Yes, thank you, Tasman.
And okay, so while we're on the topic, he suggested that we make a How Married Are You jingle. Now, that jingle is so the How Married Are You, the words of affirmation little song that you hear right before this is produced by my homie Dave D Beats. Dave D Beats, DAVDBEATS on Instagram. He's a friend of mine, lives in Riverside. He's a really dope producer, and he records podcasts and artists all up in his studio. So if you were looking for that, check him out on Instagram. But our How Married Are You jingle, this one, the one you're listening to right now, it is produced by my homie Eric Kingsley. Eric Kingsley is a connoisseur of all things great. He knows a lot about a lot, and he has his own like clothing company, but he was a producer. He produced a lot of the music on my last album. Now, just talking about this, I don't know if I feel comfortable letting this music go, like just letting it be out there for someone to be like, all right, now listen to our podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have to put this up on like Music Bed so I can get a licensing fee or something. I'm not sure if this just goes
really
up.
good idea.
But then I have to split the profits with Eric, of course. Or we'll figure it out. But I'm not sure if I want to let that go. How do you feel about that, man?
I don't know. I'm good either way, if I'm completely honest.
Okay, so you don't care?
It's not that I don't care. It's just that, I think either way, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well,
what do you guys think in the comment section below on YouTube? If you're watching this on YouTube,
yeah,
let us know. What do you think? Are you with Tasman? Would you like a release, or would you like Glen and I to create a new song together?
I'm telling you guys, you don't want that. Like we have professional producers who work with us and who help us out, and you just want to.
I'm not saying produce it. I'm saying we would come up with like a rap song.
You don't rap, man.
A duet, fool. I can do something. Teach me.
You don't.
I just want to be on a song with you.
Okay.
Dude, do you guys have people in your life that you're married to who don't let you tap into their world?
Okay.
Because I'm just trying to tap into your world.
So you would let me tutor one of your students?
I don't have any
math.
students.
So say you were in the math class.
I let you tutor my son.
And you be like, you barely let me grade the papers. And I had a cheat sheet right in front of me. Yeah.
There's background knowledge that you don't have.
Yeah. And
I think that's completely different.
As to music,
but can we just move on? Because I'm over
now
it.
You want to move on. Cool. Let's go ahead and hop into this topic.
So we had we love it. First of all, let me just say this. And this is not me just trying to get more followers on Instagram, even though I just mentioned what I did, our goal. But it's fun engaging with you guys on Instagram. It's fun getting to know you a little bit, and just having conversations with you guys back and forth. I feel like we've like, social media is weird in that it's like you're not connected, but it connects you. And I don't know. It feels good because we're always sitting here sharing our lives with you guys to be able to get more back from you. Even if it's like advice or, girl, I've been there, done that. Or, like, this is what's worked for me in that area. Like, I think a couple podcasts ago, we were talking about my wash and go hairstyle. And you guys, I got several of you guys hitting me back with like, because you said you didn't like my wash and go.
Mm-hmm.
And I got several of you guys hit me back.
Why are you always bringing up old stuff?
Products that you use or styles that you've tried with the wash and go or whatever. So I don't know. It's just fun interacting with you. But anyways, we got a message from one of you, our listeners, that said they needed help with a little something, something. And the question that they asked is, what do you guys think about proposing to my girlfriend without talking to the family? And then he gave a little bit of context. He said, we used to be in a relationship and heard from the Lord to take a break, and now we are dating again, but her parents aren't very supportive of it. They're Christians, just hard-hearted in this area. I have a ring ready to go, but it's hard to proceed with this issue.
Yeah. So first, I'd like to know what you guys think. Let's take a quick poll here, if we could do that in some form. Do you guys think that it's okay for a man not to ask the mother or father, whoever's available, or the guardian of the potential wife or fiance, for permission for marriage? Now, personally, me, I'm very big on honor, and I'm big on respect, and I'm really care about early on. Well, when I'm just getting to know somebody, I care a lot about what they think. I cared a lot about your parents being approving of me. Mm-hmm. And I think the reason I did it is because I think at heart I'm an old soul. I'm kind of old fashioned, right? So I thought that Yvette would say yes, but I just knew that I would love for her tribe and the people that she was around to be also in agreement with what was happening. And I chose to do that. And it's not a foreign concept. And I don't think a lot of people even talk about it. Like I know people who got engaged to and all that. And I don't know. I didn't say, hey, did you ask the dad for permission? Because you got to do that first. I don't do that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of men in my circle have done that. And so I do respect that. But in this case, I'm not sure. Now, I had to get professional advice on this. So Yvette's mom and dad stopped by, and they came over, and I got some of the audio. The audio wasn't working when I started recording because I recorded early. I got some of the audio. And so her dad basically, was recalling the moment when I asked him, and he said, it was very honorable. He said that, you sought out to find me, you found my bus route, and you ran up on my bus and asked me, you know what I mean? Like, you were adamant about, that, and he really respected that. Turns out I didn't get any of the audio. Irritates me so much.
I'm sorry, babe.
Technical difficulties. All right. So basically, Yvette's mom and dad went on to say that her mom said that she wouldn't have been upset. She said she really wouldn't care if I didn't ask for permission. She was kind of okay with it. But her dad was very much like, yo, I would have been hurt. He was like, I honored that the fact that you did that the way you did it and how you went about it. But if you didn't do it, I would have felt disrespected. And he said, he did the same thing when he asked your mom's permission. He asked her brother and her mom. And I think that in this situation, I think it's good to know what people think. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I was asking for your dad's permission. I was asking for his blessing. And he gave me his blessing, but he did not give me permission. And I think those are two different things. So I think what you have to do is ask for, because I wasn't going there to say, listen, I need you to say yes so that I can. It wasn't like permission. It just was like, listen, here are my intentions. Here's what I'm going to do. First, what are your thoughts? And, do you think we can do this? And your dad told me yes. I believe that you can do this. I would suggest that you wait 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Control your hormones, control everything you got going on inside of you. I need you to wait 5 years. And I said, well, that ain't going to happen. No, that ain't going to happen. Yeah. But I really do appreciate your blessing. And so when you walk into that room or that place or wherever, you know, when you ask for the blessing, because you're asking for a blessing, not permission. I think it's even great that you're even having this conversation with yourself and even asking this question. Two, I would say that you don't have to do that, but it makes, depending on who their parents are, if they're old school and they're like old school believers or whatever, then it's gonna make it easier for you if you do. Like it's gonna make Thanksgiving and Christmas and Easter and all those things easier, you know, if you do. I've known some people to be like, you got to ask my dad first. Don't propose to me without asking my dad first. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if your spouse or potential spouse is that type of person, then you will also want to honor her.
Yeah.
What do you think? How would you have felt if I didn't ask your dad?
Honestly, I don't think I would have felt anything. And there's two different thoughts going on in my head right now. I'll write down another one. Yeah, I was actually thinking about it from the perspective of Anaya's eye. Like, now that I have a daughter, and if there was a man who desired to marry her, would I need for that guy to come to us and ask for our blessing in marriage? And like, where does that even come from? Where does that stem from?
It stems from the Bible.
Oh, is it a biblical thing?
Yeah, because like, first of all, like, you know, when women and men would get married, it would be talked about between the parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it would be a group discussion. And it's like, as you're joining this family, here's what I'm going to offer you.
Yeah.
You know, so it was an exchange of goods even, which almost sounds like prostitution, but it was marriage. So.
Yeah, but yeah, I think too, yeah, just from the perspective of being a parent to a daughter, I don't think I would necessarily mind if the gentleman did not come ask for our hand in marriage. I think it definitely would be something that I would adore, a gesture that I would appreciate or whatever, but I don't think it's necessarily something that I don't that I would require. Like, if he didn't do it and she said yes, then I'd be like, I don't stand behind this union. And I think too, like, the difference between, or I think too with my parents, like, my dad may have gotten his feelings hurt if you hadn't reached out to him before proposing to me, but I do believe that my parents knew that you were the guy for me. And so regardless, it's not like they would be like, I disapprove of this union type situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
so I think if there's confidence, like if a man knows where he stands in the in light of the relationship with the parents or the family, then it's probably easier for them to go ahead and do that.
Yeah, and I think for me, if a young man was, you know, like, I want to marry Anaya, proposes and doesn't ask me, I would be definitely offended, but like, I would be more like, oh, you a punk, like, or like, you a, like, I just become like, oh, you a sucker. Like, that's what I would think. Like, really? You were scared. Oh. You were terrified of me. And so now it's kind of like, cool. Like, it's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't feel like upset, but it would cause me to be like, if I was petty, if I was childish, like I am, I would be very bitter and being like, man, I could probably hold this against you for a couple years. You know what I mean? But at that point, if she says yes, ain't really nothing I could do. So it's like, I might as well just get over it. You know what I mean? Like, that's basically all I can do is get over it and move forward and being like, well, he's not that type of guy, which is cool.
Yeah.
Which, you know, to me, it's cowardly not to. in my daughter.
So in your opinion, the man should ask the parents or the dad.
I think so. I mean, if the dad is there,
or for their blessing.
Yeah, I think if the dad is there, like you ask, like, yo, like.
So I think for you, the bottom line is when a man is proposing to a woman, he needs to understand that what he's asking for when he does approach the parent, that he's not asking for permission, he's asking for a blessing. And regardless of if he gets that blessing or not, he's going to propose.
Yeah, he's going to propose.
Yeah.
You're going to do what you want to do. I'm going to let you know, look, man, I don't think you're ready. I think you should wait, but you're going to make your own decision.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, man, I totally give you the blessing. Go ahead. I love you. You're a great guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think you're going to be a great father, a great husband. As a matter of fact, here, let's pay for the wedding. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it's supposed to go, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like, but if you don't do that and you cower and you say,
well, I guess this guy has his answer from you.
From me, but that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like, do what you, bro, first of all, do what you're going to do, right? It's like, do what you're going to do. If you want to marry this woman, that's on you. But it does cause for me as a father, I'm like, you punked out. I was going to say yes. Or I might have said no, but you should at least know that, because you're not asking for
that. The father probably will respect him more for asking.
Yeah. And the mother, you know what I'm saying? Like they might respect him more. But for me, I'm like, you're not just asking for my daughter's hand in marriage. You're asking to take her away. And now she's yours. Like, I've protected her whole life. I've been the man of standard. I've been that person to guide her, instruct her, care for her, you know, all the cuddles. And you're saying you're taking all of that now. And now that's your girl. And I have to come second or fourth or whatever, you know what I'm saying, behind you and the children you guys bear and whatever you guys go on to lead and what you're called to do. And not that I own her, but that has been like, I have been given stewardship over that relationship. And now you want that.
Interesting.
And so because of that, I think there is as a man, like, this is a part of manhood to me. Like, I don't think this is like, you know, how people talk about like masculinity or whatever. I think this is like, yo, this is like this is a man thing. Like, you ask or for a blessing and you tell, hey, or you could just say, listen, these are my intentions. Like, first of all, because it's a lot. Your dad had every right to go, bruh, what are you going to do for money? And he told me, he said, Yvette's expensive. He said, Yvette is very high maintenance. And let's not.
Is that true or false to you?
It's true.
Really?
Yes.
I think I'm the most chill person. Y'all don't know high maintenance.
Yes. You are high maintenance.
I think we need to have a conversation on the next episode. What is your definition of high maintenance? What is considered high maintenance?
All right, whatever.
I don't know.
You just asked me to.
Okay.
What'd you ask me?
Nothing.
What'd you just ask me, babe?
Babe, it's not. But babe, what did I give up when I asked you what I asked you?
Yeah, but you had no intentions of giving that up at first.
I did.
Okay.
I said, because that was supposed to be it. And then, okay, we're speaking in code. We don't need to have this argument on the podcast.
Okay. Do we not? Yes. Okay. I think you're high maintenance. But it's not in a rude way. Babe, you're a crown. Like last episode, you're a crown, babe.
Okay, babe.
You deserve all the shine.
All the jewels.
All the jewels.
Okay, babe.
But it's
Except
God's
a wedding
responsibility.
ring. Except a
it's
wedding
God's
ring,
responsibility.
y'all.
It's God's responsibility. It's not mine.
It's God, because God's the jeweler.
God's the jeweler, right? So what I'm saying is, shout out to last episode 31 of the podcast. If you have not listened to it, go back and listen before you listen to this one, or while you're listening or whatever. But anyway, I think that he tried to tell me, like, listen, like, she's high maintenance, she's this, she's that, you know.
It's not true.
Okay.
I do not agree with that statement.
Okay. All right. So, but I was saying, okay, I can handle all that, but I just want you to know these are my intentions. You know what I mean? I would love your blessing. And so he said, I want you to ask my wife. And so I sat down with your mother and I had my little sheet, pulled out my little piece of paper, and
Go back and listen to that podcast.
yeah, in the description and the show notes. But I really did believe that I was doing the right thing there. You know, I think even young man who's asking this question, I think even if you're asking the question, then I think it's on your heart to do it, but you might be scared.
Yeah.
And I want to let you know that whatever the answer is, it don't matter. Do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But know what's important to her. Mm-hmm. You know? But if I'm a father, like as a father, like it's a lot. Like, okay, cool. You're gonna marry her and you don't have to ask permission. I spent those nights scratching her body when she was a baby. And she had itches all over her face, and she's rubbing her face against my beard. Like, we have precious moments. Even just now that she's 2, we got some real precious moments. And so when I give my daughter away one day, it's going to be a huge responsibility. And I want to respect the man who does it.
Yeah.
And if you don't ask me,
I'll make sure that whoever Anaya is dating hears this podcast episode.
No, babe. No, he need to know for himself.
Oh,
I need, you know what I'm saying? Because what you're asking is like, okay, I don't have a plan. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know that I'm going to give my all, you know, in this relationship. And I will respect that at least. If you don't do it, I know you're scared. And I feel like I don't have to respect you. But that, I mean, I will respect you, but it will be hard to get over that in the beginning. But I will eventually, because I love my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And whoever she chooses, I'm gonna love too.
Yeah.
And you don't want that bitterness, but it's gonna leave like space for issue.
So how would you advise our sons to do it? You would advise them to ask the father.
Yeah, of course. You want to do what? Uriah? You want to do what? Word?
Why you call out Uriah?
You want to do what? Theo? Are you kidding me? I think Theo's going to be super responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Raya too. But I do believe that, like, but I'm just going to be like, yeah, man, ask her. And I'm going to be like, what do you say? What do you say? You know what I'm saying? It's going to be funny. Like, it's going to be funny. Yeah.
So you were talking about this, and it just, like, in my head, I was thinking, are we still at the point where men have to propose to the women?
You're talking about women proposing to men? Mm-hmm. I mean, we're not at that point. I mean, we are at the point where women propose to men.
Do women propose to men? Have you heard of that?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it on Instagram.
You've seen a woman proposing to a man?
Yes.
Wow. I don't know how I feel about that. See, here's the thing.
I'm gonna try to find one real quick. Go
yeah,
ahead.
find one. But it's like we're all about women empowerment and this, that, and the other. And it's like some things I feel like we shouldn't necessarily let go of. But at the same time, man, actually,
I mean, it's all going. I like all the tradition, all that stuff is going. Like, there's no like everything is just loose now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But how would you feel? Well, you're a different man, but I'm just curious, man. Like, maybe we can insert a poll here. How would you feel as a man if a woman proposed to you? Does that make you feel like less than
like a punk? That's how I would feel. hey, get up real quick. Let me
let's redo this.
Yeah, let's do this. I was gonna do it, I promise. I just trying to get on layaway, and I got you next week.
Because the thing is, babe, and I'm thinking about women right now. I'm like, man, there are a lot of women who are waiting around for a man to propose to them. But why can't they propose to the man?
True.
Like, why? Like, if they both know.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If they both know that this is someone that they want to spend the rest of their life with and marry, then why not? But at the same time, there's just some traditions that are kind of hard to let go of. Like some things that are just like.
Yeah, let's watch this real quick.
Are you going to show it on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My rock. And I'm so grateful. Every day is so fresh and new with you. It's like I'm in high school. I'm giddy. I feel giddy. And David, I got to tell you something. Get up.
Sure, Audrey.
But did you hear what he said? Sure, Audrey. He's so embarrassed. He's embarrassed.
I don't know. First of all, it ain't none of my business. If a woman is gonna propose to a man, go ahead and get you that man. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all I'm saying. It's none of my business.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
Should she have gotten on her knee like she did? Because I don't think that was necessary. I think she
was wearing a dress or something.
She could have proposed.
She was wearing a skirt. Like, look how far her dress had to separate.
Yeah. See, I wouldn't have gotten on my knee, but I definitely. Actually, no, I wouldn't have done that. I probably would break up with you before.
Is it pride?
It's pride.
Ooh.
Is it pride? Is it pride? Or
am I not worth proposing to?
Self-respect.
If you let's do like this. If
Wait.
you knew that you were gonna get all of this,
I wish
if you
the
knew,
people listening could see what he did just now.
If you knew you were gonna get all of this right here, and it was gonna come to this point in all this glory
in our garage.
In our garage,
a podcast, yes,
dodging all the mosquitoes, right? All the issues,
warm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you have proposed?
I wouldn't.
Ooh, wow!
I would be single for the rest of my life if I had to wait around for a man to propose.
Whoa, that's deep.
Is it deep?
It is deep.
Yeah.
All the children you got.
All the children?
Yeah.
I was a teacher, so.
Wow.
that is like a really harsh statement, but honestly, I'm surprised you came along when you did, because I expected to be single for much longer than I am. And I will tell you this, I am so grateful that I am married in this day and age. However, if you hadn't proposed to me and no one else came along and proposed to me, I just wouldn't be proposed to. Like, I wouldn't be getting married. I'm not that girl.
You're not what girl?
The girl that proposes to.
Yeah. And
the thing that sucks is I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm not that girl, but I'm also thinking, man, I should go encourage that person to go propose to their husband or their
husband, their
boyfriend.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. I think when you get on one knee, and I say, when I get on my knee and I ask, will you marry me? There's so much that moment of silence. That moment is it takes bravery. It takes hold on, I need to find the words. It takes it's a risk, and it's a time where you just can't get that back, where they're like the unknowing, and that question is like, will you allow me to protect you? How about this? May I wear you as my crown? Will you make me a king? You know what I'm saying? Like, will you stand by me and allow me to be great? Because that is what you are capable of. Alone, I may not be able to do it.
Somebody is writing all this down right now,
but,
and they are going to propose. Whoever this is, he better.
Okay.
Y'all better give us some kind of credit.
Hey,
over here.
Look. While you're writing your wedding vows, because that's what this is right here. This is wedding vows.
Wedding vows, not proposal.
This is all that. This is somebody spoken word poem, and I want my money. This is someone poem, and I want my spoken word.
We will call you out.
Shout out to Rudy Francisco, my favorite poet. But listen, I'm saying this. I believe that's the question. Will you help me become great?
Yeah.
May I wear you as my crown?
Yeah.
May I love you? Am I worth your respect? That's a lot there. And so is it so then the man should propose. I believe that.
Yeah.
But it's not my business.
But I also think it speaks to the leadership that a man is called to in marriage too. Does that, Does that seem
that
like
he would
it?
lay his life down for her.
Yeah,
right?
like, because
do you believe I can protect you?
Yeah,
it's a lot.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a lot of
even
unpacking
when
to
you
do.
even when you look at, like, it's a real goofy thing to like get on your knee and propose. Like, it's not manly. It don't feel manly.
It doesn't feel manly.
It feels like, please take me.
Will
you?
It's humility.
It's very humble. But like, you ever seen like and I watched like Planet Earth, and it's like,
yes,
birds, right? And birds are like trying to peacock and like show off their colors for a woman, like a female animal, to like notice them. Like, will you allow me to have you? When it's like, I'm doing all this goofy stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, babe, stop. You look real goofy.
Right. Doing all this stuff. It's mating season, and I'm trying to show off all I got, and I'm strutting my stuff, and I'm doing all these things.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I select you. I choose you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, okay, now we're about to, move this thing to the next level. But you don't see female in the like animal kingdom, as far as I know. Now, it might be a zoologist out there like, actually, the seahorse, right? But I'm saying, like, you don't see that often.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's natural for a man to ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's none of my business. Girl, if that man is sitting up there and he's indecisive, if he goes to Chipotle and he goes, hey, can I get a chicken burrito? No. Can I get a steak? No. Let me taste that. If he's one of them type of dudes where he can't decide on what he wants to eat, or he can't figure, you might have to go ahead and say, how would you feel about this? As a matter of fact, just tell him listen to this podcast.
Babe, how often does that work for me?
What? I listened to the podcast, babe.
Yeah, babe.
It took me a while.
It took you a while.
But I tell you this, if we were just dating,
you wouldn't?
I would have done it sooner.
Oh, you would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I have to think about creating more than I consume.
Yeah.
Okay.
I forget that.
Yeah. So, anyway, how married are you? Okay, final thoughts real quick.
Okay.
The question was, should you ask? You should ask for a blessing, right? Mm-hmm. Only because the reason why you're not doing it is because of fear of getting getting rejected. And that space, that moment in time is good for you, because there's either two things you need to know: what your potential in-laws really think about you. It's good for you to know that, so you can prove them wrong.
You tell him, babe.
That's one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, what's two?
And two is, you need them to know that you respect them enough to care about what they think. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, brother, I ain't judging you, and I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? But best believe I'm gonna be stalking that gram. Stalk that gram. Hashtag stalk that gram. I'm gonna be finding out what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, please let us know.
Let us know.
Because he says he has the ring.
Oh,
he
man.
said, I have a ring ready to go, but it's hard to proceed knowing that her family and doesn't approve of their relationship.
Yeah, I mean, you might have to apologize for some things.
Yeah,
you might have
true.
to say, I know that in the past, I may have, not done this and this and this. I don't know what the specifics are, but I apologize that I haven't proved to you in this point, but this is my intentions. These are my intentions. I really love this girl. Unless they might be like some people
legalistic,
like super legalistic, super like, because some women have like my husband needs to look like this, act like this,
have this job, have this much money,
have this degree,
have this credit score,
have this spiritual gift, all that,
yeah.
right? And they may be like not agreeable, but you are asking for you're asking for their blessing, and if they say no, like, understand that you might have to fight a bigger war with her family in the future if she says yes. Like, listen, like, you could say, may I have your blessing? They say, nah, we not good with that, bro. And then you say, okay, I came here to ask you, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I love her and I know what I'm called to do and I know what God is telling me. You may not agree, and that sucks that you don't. But if she says yes, I'm gonna marry your daughter. booyah.
Booyah.
And then dip off and walk into the night and strut on out of there.
Don't strut like that, but you can strut.
Strut on out of there, bruh. We got you. We
are rooting for you.
We are rooting for you. I think, well, I don't know him like that.
We don't know him like that.
This could be a terrible decision. I'm not sure. We don't know you like that, bro.
Lord,
but I appreciate
mercy.
you for leaning on us. Now, you might want to get some marriage counseling. You might want to get some.
He goes through all this.
Hold
gives
on.
you the proposal and everything. It's like, but wait a second.
You might want to actually go to therapy yourself. Okay? But we believe in you. And we are looking for that extra email in in here.
DM.
And that DM in the Instagram. But babe, how married are you?
I had one, but I forgot it. Babe, how married are you?
I'm so married that the other day I was out and I said, hey, do you want something from insert random fast food joint? And you were like, you never got back to me. You never responded. So I didn't give you anything. But they gave me an extra thing and I said, you want this thing? You said, nah, I want this thing. So then I was out again and I was at your favorite burrito spot. I was driving right past it and I said, would you like a breakfast burrito? No response. So I got her one anyway. And by the time I was like 2 blocks away from the house, she's like, is it too late? I was like, I got you one, even though you didn't. You didn't respond. Even though you left me on red, I got it. That's how married I am. That's really good. No? That's a good one.
Babe, I'm still upset about the fact that you asked me before you left the other day, hey, do you need anything from Target? And I told you I needed some things. You went to Target, got what you needed, knew I needed some things, didn't get a text message from you with a list of things, didn't try to call me to see what I needed, and just came home with what you needed without what I needed.
And then what happened? Tell the full story.
What's the full story?
Tell the full story.
And then you went back later?
Yes.
But I needed more stuff. You still didn't ask me.
No, fool. Let me explain this to you because you be having these people looking at me like I'm crazy and I'm not. What happened was...
Do y'all think he's crazy?
Listen.
Tell us.
Okay, what happened was I went to Target. I was going to get Anaya something for a shoot I had to do. My mind was one track. She said she was going to send me a list.
Which I didn't do because I'm home with the kids.
Let me finish. You home with the kids, 1 track mine. 3 track mine. I'm out. Actually, I got the most complicated kid. Right?
You didn't have a kid with you when you went to Target.
Never mind. So I went to go pick up the thing. I'm listening to the podcast you told me to listen to while I'm there. I grab Anaya's thing and I leave. I didn't get a text message. And then I'm leaving and she's like, hey, did you get this? I was like, babe, I left already. And she's like,
the thing is, like, dude, you knew you got what you needed and you were about to leave. So you should have called and been like, hey, babe, what were those things you needed?
I completely forgot. Now listen, after we did the shoot, I took Anaya, who's wet, mind you, because we had played in the water.
Nobody told you to do that.
Right? I went to the Target that you needed me to go. First, I went to Sprouts because I thought it was going to be there. It wasn't there. Then I went to Target and got it, and I came home. I didn't even have the diaper bag with me. I should have never went, but I did what you asked me to do. This is your problem. I said how married I am, and I said I got your burrito, and I said it was good. You completely undermined mine just to hide the fact that you don't have anything prepared to say. In the show, mic drop. Melanin for the win. And that's just how married we are.